consultant. Michael Geoghegan is in Victoria, and we have him dialed up. Michael, welcome.
Thank you.
So the G20 summit wrapped up yesterday. What did you make of the Prime Minister's focus on the economy over Syria?
Well, obviously the Prime Minister is hoping to continue to ride the coattails of when, the world went into a global financial crisis, and out of the wreckage, the country that had done the best was Canada. So he's still trying to play that as much as possible, and that's why he also emphasized debt reduction and the like. So he was still playing sort of an older tune, whereas, of course, the world is now focused currently on Syria.
All the G20 countries they've agreed to share tax records worldwide by 2015. What signal does this send, and is this an ambitious timeline?
It is an ambitious timeline. It's an interesting one. I think what's happened is, if there's one area where the United States has never been afraid to be interventionist in terms of government. One is in terms of having a robust military and an aggressive tax revenue collection service, the infamous IRS. So with the United States eager to tax their citizens and their corporations, and other countries feeling the pinch financially, they all realized it was in their best interest to reduce and eliminate the number of individuals and corporations that were dodging taxes by moving finances around the world.
Also remaining on the radar this week, the Quebec Charter of Values. How much is this going to, or potentially going to, hurt the PQ government?
Well, I guess that's up to the people of Quebec, where their values lie. I shudder to think what the reaction of the media and the general public would have been if we'd had a politician from Alberta say anything approaching this. And Premier Marois, she gave the comparison between multiculturalism in Britain versus multiculturalism in Quebec, forgetting that it was not that many years ago that there were some extremely violent riots that were happening in Paris because you have a Muslim community there that is essentially ghettoized, and it did a lot to instill violence. It didn't do anything to dissipate it.
Michael, we didn't get to this last week, but we will this time. Marijuana legislation in BC, it's sparked quite a debate. There's a petition going around to decriminalize and legalize pot at the federal level. You actually think that might happen or not?
Well, the recall and petition legislation is quite onerous in terms of the threshold you have to reach. I think you have to have at least 10% of every eligible voter in every riding, and keep in mind we're in an era where we're lucky if half of people even vote. So there's a huge sign-up challenge. But clearly, when it comes to public opinion polls in British Columbia, something like 85% of British Columbians feel it's time to end the prohibition, and I think across the country it's also a very overwhelming majority. And I would say, philosophically, we should have laws that reflect the values of our society. Clearly, values have changed. In the 1960s, 1970s even, you had maybe 15%. Now it's that were in favor of legalization. Now it's completely reversed. I think it's high time, no pun intended, that we had laws that reflected that change.
Michael Geoghegan, political consultant, thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
To politics.